Kia ora, my name's Shelby, and today we're doing a quick story on Han van Meegeren. So Han van Meegeren was a genius artist, but one who used his talents for forgery rather than honesty. He perfected his technique of forging paintings by the great Dutch masters, including Vermeer and Frans Hals. Van Meegeren was born on 10th of October 1889 at Deventer, Overijssel. Sorry, I'm so bad at that. Holland, as Henricus Antonius van Meegeren. Raised a Catholic, he studied architecture at university because his father wanted him to, but Van Meegeren rebelled and became a painter. He began to adopt the styles of the masters, but critics lambasted his efforts, dashing his hopes. He decided he wanted revenge. He would paint a, quote, master, close quote, give it to a gallery and then wait for the critics to praise it before revealing his fraud. In 1936, he painted a Vermeer entitled Christ and the Disciples at Emmaus, and then artificially aged it. The critics declared the work genuine, and Van Meegeren was delighted. The Boymans Museum of Rotterdam bought the painting for 520,000 guilders. Van Meegeren was doubly pleased, and he painted the forgery. Pleased he had painted the forgery to hit back at his critics, but now he could make money from his work. By the time the Second World War began, Van Meegeren had a nice income from his illegal sideline. In the summer of 1938, he had moved to Nice and bought a 12-bedroom estate at Les Arenes de Chimines. Yeah, sorry. I definitely butchered those. In 1943, he sold Christ and the Adulteress to the Nazi banker, who then sold it on to Hermann Goering. It was a sale too far, that one that would see him tried for collaborating at the end of the war. The aftermath: on 29th of May 1949, he was arrested and charged with fraud and aiding and abetting the enemy. After 3 days in prison, Van Meegeren confessed that he had created the work of art. The painting in Goering's hand is not, as you assume, a Vermeer of Delft, but a Van Meegeren. I painted the picture, quote, to prove it that he painted Jesus among the doctors. He was released in early 1946. Nevertheless, he went on trial for forgery and fraud on 29th of October 1947 in room 4 of the Amsterdam Regional Court. On 12th of November, he was found guilty and sentenced to a year in jail. A fortnight later, he suffered a heart attack and was taken to Amsterdam's I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I can't even. Valerusnik. So sorry. Hospital. He suffered a second coronary on 29th of December and died at 5 p.m. the next day, age 58. Okay. I would like to apologize for my pronunciation on all of this, because I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to other languages. I have no clue. But yeah, that was Han van Meegeren, and hope you enjoyed this story. Please stay safe, and please subscribe. Thank you.